What's up, boys? Today I'm going to be talking about how I took this trade today. As you can see, I had three take profits get hit, and then the fourth one was London lows. And then I actually had a fifth one as well, all the way down at this hourly low right here on NASDAQ. And once again, I talked about it yesterday, and I talked about how to pick the right index. And, I picked the right index today, and guess what happened? I didn't get stopped out. As you can see, just by picking the right index one more time, I didn't even get stopped out. And it's pretty obvious. ES was not a great one to trade for today. So in turn, I just, didn't trade, but traded on NQ. I only got one entry for today, not two like yesterday, and it was a no news Tuesday besides Trump speaking at 3 p.m. And then there's CPI tomorrow, PPI Thursday, and then prelim consumer sent on Friday this week. Nothing crazy. I just, just trying to go through a couple things for everything. I'm probably not going to be trading tomorrow just because of the fact it is CPI, which is, completely okay with me. I'm already 2-0 for the week, and it's only Tuesday. And I've had a really good trading week this week, and I'm going to tell you guys why I took a short today. If any of you guys took a long, starting out during the day, it was pretty obvious that it wanted to take out the highs. Like, my long-term bias was bullish. It was pretty obvious it wanted to take out the highs because it had this huge sweep right here, and it took out all of this liquidity resting up here, and then it went back down, took out more 4-hour lows, and then was trying to push back up even more. And if you look, same thing happened on ES. ES took out 4-hour low, 4-hour low, 4-hour highs, but it took the 4-hour lows out after the 4-hour highs. So instead it had to keep going up, which it, in turn kept going up. But for today, if I can get my drawings back on, for today, it was a pretty simple entry. I got in right at 8. What time did I get in? 8:54. And then literally for this entire time, it was just choppy. For an hour and 34 minutes, I was in drawdown, and I was like, why am I still in this trade? Hence why I only took one entry, because if I took another entry in this choppiness, I would have been a lot more emotional, and then I would have, probably not have held all the way, and I would have gotten out early if these London lows didn't get taken out. But instead, I stuck to my guns. I didn't have a lot of risk on the table today. I made a good chunk. And it was pretty simple entries. First take profit, second take profit, third take profit, and then fourth and fifth. And then, overall 3.74 risk to reward ratio. And as you can see, if we look at I get rid of all these drawings right here. Market took out highs right at market open. It took out all of these highs. And if you look, there is nothing past it until these highs all the way up here. So are you really expecting price to keep going up? Or are you expecting price to go down and take out this low, this low, this low, this low as well? You're definitely expecting price to go down and take out all the lows, because guess what? There's no more highs to get taken out up here until you get to all the way up here. Price isn't just gonna magically go like this, and I'm not gonna take out any more lows because I already took out what I needed to take out by taking out this 5-minute low. And in reality, that's not what you should have been thinking. You should have been thinking I'm shorting until it takes out these lows, because if you also look, ES didn't take out these 5-minute lows, and NQ did, which created SMT, but it wasn't the SMT that you should have traded off of. Instead, you should have seen this. You should have seen bearish confluences. And then simply, I got in just with a bearish break structure and stop right at the top. First take profit for a 1.08 risk to reward. Second for a 1.5. Third for a 2.66. Fourth, 3.48. And then fifth was 3.9. And, my entry was perfect. I was looking to get in some more, but then price literally just decided to consolidate for the entirety of when I trade at. So in turn, what did I do? I stuck to my rules and I did not take a second trade. I didn't care that I didn't take a second trade and didn't, make more money from this low, because I would rather not take a second trade and not be stuck in this hour-long price action of just back and forth than, take 2 trades and maximize my risk for the day just so that I can, maybe lose more money. So it's like, it was a pretty, obvious answer of what to do, but absolute Jerome candle down. Like, I haven't seen price like this in a while where it just dicks down. Like, it absolutely just touched the lows. Like, I have never, that Jerome candle was actually crazy. So, that was my trade for today. Here's what the 5 minute looked like. It swept on the 5 minute. That was another confluence that I had. A 5 minute order block, breaker block, fair value gap. There was everything you could have think of for bearish. And that, made me want to get in more. And yeah, it was a pretty simple entry for today. And, I ended up making some money because of it. But yeah, that was a trade for today. Ended up moving to break even after these 3 take profits got hit. And then, ended up getting stopped at break even. And then it went up and took out Asia highs and fulfilled the rest of my bias for the day. So, nothing crazy. Can't really complain about it. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Peace.